Well, let's go to one of our expansion cities. They're making their RBL Weekly debut with a really, really good battle. We just watched 2 good battles.
Wait, these are my boys in Montreal?
No.
Damn it.
These are our friends in Manchester.
Oh!
Manchester coming in at number 2 this week.
Big debut.
Michael Mannion, who co-runs the league over there. I had a lot of Zoom conversations with this guy when we were, interviewing them for the league. He battled against a guy named Monty Wilson, and I'm not going to spoil any of it other than to say, prepare for the most British battle we have ever experienced on RBL Weekly.
Cheers.
Here it is.
It's Monty Wilson versus Michael Mannion, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Battle, 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 battle.
Battle.
All right, hello everybody. I'm Michael, the one that Jordan wants to fuck.
Let's go, boys.
Right, first things first. Monty said to me, "Let's dress like posh white guys." He's not dressed like that. I can't believe it. You've dressed like someone who knows where all the good coke is.
In there.
I've turned up dressed like the demon headmaster. You've done me right up the fucking chuntney, Monty. All right, let's get this posh off over. Winner gets a plot of land. Time to roast this ain't no black on the Union Jack. What if Millwall fans started a theatre company, posh wanker?
Yes.
Monty looks like he'd use the N-word if someone cut him up in traffic. Monty looks like the state of the British Empire. He's a kind of slightly greasy mess. When I first met Monty, I thought, I bet he's got a clammy handshake, and he did.
Let's go.
Monty Wilson looks like Soy Boys have released their new range of cuckolds. Not only does he look like he'd invite men back to his flat to bang his girlfriend, he looks like he'd take a selfie in the corner of the room, upload it to social media, and put the caption, "Good wine, good food, good company."
Who is this guy? Is he a Kingsman? That's excellent.
Thanks for being here tonight, Michael. Taking a note of Googling, how do I know I'm not gay?
So good.
Michael looks like Harry Potter halfway through transitioning.
Facts. Hannah Gadsby Potter.
Michael looks like the cross between a praying mantis and an uncooked quiche. Michael looks like the kind of guy who showed his solidarity to Black Lives Matter by watching his first ever interracial gangbang.
Monty's dad was in the SAS. How the apple has fallen far from the tree. Monty was in a lot of musicals. Specifically, he was in Annie. And he still knows all the words. For example, when his girlfriend asks him when is it going to be her turn to have an orgasm, he sings, "Tomorrow, tomorrow, I love you, tomorrow." She's like, "It's always a day away."
Musical theater numbers in the middle of it. Let's go.
It's a shame he never got to play Oliver. He's got a lot more made for that role. Can I please have some more love, Father? The only time him and his dad bonded is when his dad would hit him to the tune of "It's a Hard Knock Life."
In his set, Michael claims to have a cunty aura, which I think is true to some extent, because like any cunt that's ever been near Michael, he is very, very dry. Michael can be quite stingy, especially when he used to do drugs. The only way Michael would have ever shared drugs with a woman is when he spiked her. Watch out, girl. I often play football with Michael, and he can be quite a bad loser. The only time he's not a bad loser is when he's playing Soggy Biscuit.
Ooh. I see you know what that is.
Monty lives with his Eastern European girlfriend. Some people frown on this whole sort of mail order girlfriend thing, but in Monty's defence, he hasn't been able to buy black people for 300 years. That's it.
Okay. Michael's ex used to call him Sugar Daddy. only because he has the physical dexterity of a fucking jelly baby. Michael has all the charisma of someone who's had his arse ravaged by a boarding school tutor. So much so that his farts now just sound like... Michael looks like his arsehole smells. Weirdly like his uncle. One more. Michael told me that his sex life is pretty vanilla, which is appropriate, because that's the favourite flavour for most children.
Shit.
Doesn't help that I'm dressed like I'm hiding a scandal for the Vatican. No one saw anything. Monty is from Norfolk. He's Norfolk through and through. He doesn't have the accent, but he sleeps with a gollywog teddy bear. Monty is actually from Norwich, which you can probably tell from his face and his mashed up teeth. The closest Monty has come to depression was when he was friend-zoned by his sister. Monty lost his virginity at the age of 15 on the day that his granddad died. In his defence, Grandma thought she'd locked the door.
Michael looks like an embryo who went to Eton College. Michael was born with a silver spoon in his mouth and grew up with a gold ring, being smacked around his face by his stepdad. Whilst in school, a sex tape of Michael's sister was sent around and everyone tried to bully him for it, but he didn't care. He was just rest assured that he was a fantastic director. Michael does have a girlfriend, although he is so pale she could be considered not in a relationship, but single and haunted.
Monty has a lot of kinks. He gets really turned on when girls yank on his moustache. Monty is so posh that his release word is panache. Monty looks and sounds like he enjoys getting fucked with a Union Jack themed strap on.
Panache.
Specifically with One Night at the Proms on in the background. He says Jerusalem is a good track for foreplay, but he immediately comes when Rule Britannia kicks in. Monty was actually raised on games of Soggy Biscuit, but he played using his left hand just to guarantee a big breakfast of cum.
It's disgusting.
In his set, Michael claims Pingu would be great at blowjobs. I know. I think he needs a new girlfriend. What's black and white and red all over? Pingu's arsehole. Michael is a big fan of video games. I presume he's the only person who's ever killed a prostitute on Grand Theft Auto and said, "Oh, pardon me." Michael might seem like the kind of guy who could be racist or misogynistic, but he's none of those things. The only thing Michael is phobic against is, of course, puberty.
Oh my God.
Michael lives with his girlfriend and has done for a long time and actively sponges off her. And by the look of him, not just her money, but also her estrogen.
That's us, everybody!
Michael!
Number 2 battle of the week.
Yeah.
Manchester. That is a hell of a debut.
Yeah.
Ooh, boys. Michael and Monty. That's how you do it. That's how you joust. That's how you spar. Gentlemen, well done. 2 Soggy Biscuit references? The musical number?
The musical number. When Michael said right off the bat, before he even did a joke, when he was talking about how they agreed to dress, and he was like, "You've done me right up the fucking chutney, Monty." I was like, oh, I'm in for a ride right now. I don't know what's about to happen. And then he's like, "Time to destroy this posh wanker." I'm like, oh fuck.
We're both so rich. Like, yeah, winner gets a plot of land. Oh my God, I love you two.
I've never heard a more British joke than the Grand Theft Auto one, where he's like, "Oh, pardon me." Everything about that battle was outstanding to me. Easily could have been number one. It was split voting. You know, I send these to people, they rank them. It did receive a couple of number one votes. What an unbelievable debut for Manchester. And when I talk to these scenes in the offseason, I'm looking for potential. And we watched some of the offseason stuff for Manchester. But my God, the step forward in everything.
That was like real preseason. Like you guys were like, it was like a vanilla playbook.
Yeah, I mean, it was one camera kind of like up in the corner, and like, you know, the audio was okay. And I'm like, hey, can you guys work on this? They're like, oh yeah.
I wasn't ever thinking about
fully
Manchester.
edited. Dude, Manchester, and also the same thing we've seen in the States with all these cities that are building these fan bases. Their first show officially as Roast Battle Manchester, the venue caps at 144 people. They sold 186 tickets. People were standing on top of each other to watch this thing.
Really?
Manchester's going to be a problem, Moses. I'm just going to come out and say it.
Yo, that reminded me of like when I saw Montreal for the first time.
Yeah.
That was so impressive, Michael and Monty. I almost fell asleep. My God, that woke me right back up. That felt like caffeine, or like that was insane. You two, good job.
Yeah, they absolutely crushed it. London is it's not going to be an easy path to repeating.
They just know how to write a hell of a joke. I mean, like they write one man shows. Like they write shows. That's what they called them when they write their stand up. They're called shows, and they're literally writing for an hour of like what this is going to look like, and that's how they edit. And that was so fun. You got to see the juxtaposition of a guy with a book.
Yeah.
Like Monty, because he is a thespian. And then you got to see Michael, who's this posh cunt, right?
Yeah,
he's got a cunty aura, and he's got his little iPhone 5 or whatever that was. And he's just, I mean, those boys can write, dude.
And it's the Scottish style of we're just going to do a bunch of jokes per turn. They're going to be great. What shocked me is that they were so much more like Scotland than they are like London. And London has really become more like the States.
Yeah.
They got these short, quick jokes. Their battles are 3 or 4 minutes. This thing was double that, triple that. Coming up this week, and this ties into the New York versus LA thing, Manchester is actually traveling to Edinburgh for Scotland's debut.
Oh, wow.
So this week, there are multiple Scotland versus Manchester battles going down. So Manchester is going to have a really good opportunity to steal points on the road. They still have a bunch of battles that I haven't seen from this event that they told me are very good.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And London does not have their debut show until March 29th.
Oh, the battle for the UK.
They are going to be playing from behind. And meanwhile, Tokyo, I feel so bad for Tokyo. They're like, we had a great event. And it's like, where they're on the board, they get number 7. They're like, if we can just get to a head start over London, we can, you know, and then here comes Manchester out of nowhere.
Yeah, the soccer hooligans. I mean, that was, wow. I see why, people, wow. You guys, that was cutting. That was, not a problem. They're scary.
Yeah.
Like that was scary, you two. Michael and Monty, that was scary good.
Great stuff. Congratulations to Manchester, Michael, Monty, all of these guys. Jack Wood, their new champion over there.
Big
Looking
Wood.
forward to seeing a lot more of Manchester as the season goes on.